What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video, and today some more Dragon Ball Fighters. And I wasn't really expecting on making this video, but I've noticed people have been playing a lot more Roshi B recently. And after a little thought, I think it's because that they nerfed UI Goku A assist. And to be honest, I gotta give the homie Wawa props. Basically, immediately he dropped a tweet about a character you could use to replace that assist, Hit. I memed him a little bit. I was like, my man's on a mission to get this assist nerfed. Jokes aside, it makes sense though. People will be looking for a replacement for an assist when the assist gets nerfed in a big way. I was there too when they nerfed Roshi. I was like, man, like my real only option is Ultra Instinct Goku, right? Like, where do I go if I can't play Roshi, in case I don't feel like I can play him? So I decided to make this video to kind of expand on that a little bit more and talk about what you should do to replace UI Goku if you're thinking about replacing him for some reason. Okay, so UI Goku A assist. So if you don't remember, it is this. It is what used to be his DP. So now this move is only invincible to jump attacks, right? Now it's not totally invincible anymore, and it applies to his assist as well. So now it is way easier to hit him. Before, that would not hit him because he's invincible. So the thing about the old UIA is that it's a 2-in-1 assist, and this is something that the game definitely does not like. So it's simultaneously an anti-air assist and a defensive invincible assist at the same time. We all know that this assist hits on both sides and goes to the top of the screen. But also, you could use it to force people down to the ground like the old Gohan assists. So now that it's not invincible, its usage is a little bit more limited. So of course you can use it as an anti-air straight up, and you can super dash up there as well, call him. And also if you're both floating around, you could use him to protect your landing, because again, he's invincible to jump attacks. And you have classic stuff like Super Dash, Assist Call that we are all familiar with if you play Dragon Ball for a long time. That being said though, again, you can't rely on him to protect you anymore. So people would do stuff like they would kind of hop around, watch someone walk at them, call him. Or they would whiff something unsafe, call him. But now you can't do these things anymore. So, what are your options if you want an invincible assist? So, if you're a UI Goku player watching this, you can still use that assist. You can't use it as an invincible assist straight up, but just the anti-air function is so strong and so good that it's still worth it for that. You're not going to be able to do some things like with Oki to protect yourself, like on sliding knockdown, or whiffing moves and then calling him. You're not going to be able to do that as much, but the anti-air factor is still a really important thing in this game. And I definitely just said the other day that anti-airs in this game are bad on purpose generally, so having a low commit one like this is still a really good thing. So before you think about replacing him with another assist, you should try playing him some more, especially if you legitimately like him as a character, and see how it feels. And if it actually does feel bad, or if you don't feel like you can control situations with him, that's one thing. Then maybe you might consider picking something else. But if you still like how you can bring people down, force people down from the air really easily, and establish yourself using Super Dash, then you can still just use him. Now, this game actually has very few invincible options, and with good reason. So one option you can start with is Teen Gohan's A assist. This has been basically unchanged since the game came out. In Season 1, I want to say from Season 1 to Season 2, they nerfed Adult Gohan, aka the enemy. They nerfed his assist so that it's only head invincible, just like UI Goku A. And just so you guys remember, I called Adult Gohan UI Goku like a few months ago. I was like, that's the original UI Goku. And they gave the UI Goku A assist the same nerf as Adult Gohan. Expand your brains, my friends. Expand your brains. Teen Gohan still has the invincible property on his assist. You really can't do stuff to it. It's just totally invincible. It's a little hard to hit confirm off of, but if you play the character enough, you'll get the hang of confirming off this. It also doubles as an anti-air like UI Goku, so I'm actually surprised that people don't play this assist and this character more, especially considering that I think he's top tier legitimately. So here I have Wawa's pick. Wawa in that tweet recommended Hit. So this is Hit's A assist. So now, what's good about this assist? So it's invincible, of course, but it also will try its best to follow you and he'll try to turn around, autocorrect. He'll try his best to reach the character. It doesn't hit airborne, but it's really good for controlling the ground. So you can hop around, call him to protect your landing. He covers a huge range, and unlike a normal lariat, he's invincible. Most lariats, they usually have like projectile invincibility or something like that. His is straight up just invincible, so it's pretty valuable. And you can do the normal stuff like lariat, call him. And just like in UI Goku as well, you could use him to protect your knockdown. He'll protect you. It's really easy to hit confirm. Now another option is Master Roshi, my homie. So Roshi got the nerf bat first, but I think overall he's still a really good assist. I think there's less characters you can use him with than before. I thought basically, and this is probably the main reason why they nerfed him, you could really just slap him on any team and use that assist. It was a really, really good assist. Now it's harder for characters who don't have 2L lows to use him. And not all characters are able to convert neutral situations into mix-ups so often. Also, he used to be a really good anti-air assist as well. If you were kind of woke, you could see them jumping above you and try to call him, and he would like vacuum them in. Now that doesn't happen as much. They basically just want you to control space, not really use it as an anti-air, and then you could take your turn by establishing guessing games in between the hit, or fill up the hit and then take your turn. Now the thing about him is that he's one of the smaller invincible assists, so even though he expands by flexing like that, right? He doesn't control that much space, so you can't really use him as an anti-air so much. The biggest mistake I saw people doing with him when I was playing online is that they are really trying to like use him like UI straight up. Like this seems to be the go-to replacement, but you can't do. It's really tricky to do stuff like super dash into assist call with him. They have to be at jump height or lower, so be very careful with that. You can do the normal special move, call him. It might vary on the special move though, depending on what character you play. And then just like the other invincible assists as well, you can use it to control knockdown just like UI. You have more time to interact because it's a guard point, but it will generally hit people, so don't worry about it. So here are 3 more offhand picks. So another one is Android 18. I think Android 18 is a really, really strong character, and Barrier is pretty unique. So Barrier is not commonly used. It's mostly European players who use Android 18 and they use Barrier. This doesn't have a hitbox itself, but it protects you. So it lets you be a little bit more reckless because you can protect yourself at basically any time. So unlike a Roshi, you can't interact with the Barrier really. All the opponent can do is try to level 3, which is a huge risk, or they could try to Dragon Rush you if they're really woke, but they're not going to get this off that much. The main downside, of course, is that this does not have a hitbox of its own, so generally people tend to pick her on point. They try to win the point war with her, and then try to win the rest of the game by just playing a slow defensive game and using her to cover them. So another one would be Android 17. So he is a little bit different. His Barrier is slower, but there's a hitbox, and it has a lot of block stun. I think it's good. I think it's a little bit tricky to use, but it does make up for the issue that 18's Barrier doesn't have a hitbox, so you can use it in combos and use it for offense more direct ways. Since it has a hitbox at the end that he hits you and sends you flying, you could do mix with it, you can use it in combos. The trade-off is just that it's slower, but it's still a pretty good assist, and it covers that function. So next is a pretty unique pick, and this is probably going to be the last general suggestion I would have for you. I would recommend Vegeta C. So this is a tracking DP assist, and it doubles as an anti-air from pretty high, like super jump height, and if you catch them, you get a lot of block stun to work with, which I think is pretty valuable. Also, of course, too, on hit, it is a C assist, so you'll definitely hit confirm it. Now the main downside is it's also a C assist, so if you don't use it well, then it's going to be out of the game for a while. But I think this is a really easy C assist to use because it's invincible and it tracks and it beats jumps at the same time. So I think it's a pretty good replacement for UI Goku if you're looking for one. So I think those are my main picks for a straight up replacement. There are other characters who have DP assists of some sort, but either they're a little bit too niche or I wouldn't pick them for the assist. So an example is like Gogeta, the newest character. He has a tracking DP assist as well, but I wouldn't pick him because he has that assist. I'd pick him for other reasons. Nappa B is another option. He has a guard point on his B assist, but it doesn't beat projectiles. It only beats strikes to my knowledge. Beerus also has a DP as a C assist, but I don't think you pick him for the assist as well. I think you pick him for the offense potential and knockdown potential that he has. Cooler actually has a really valid DP option in his A assist. It's really good against jumping, but the assist itself is pretty vulnerable to low profile, and he himself is a pretty niche character on top of that, so you'd have to also think of a team to put it on. So I think this one is a pretty hard pick. And then last, if I recall correctly too, I think Videl has a C assist DP as well, but you have to pick her for that assist. Again, like if you pick Videl, I don't think you're playing her because you have a DP assist. So again, if you're looking for a replacement for the UI Goku assist, you're probably not thinking Videl off the top of your head. So hopefully that helped. The characters I talked about are probably like my top of mind best replacements if you wanted to swap a character out. Now, since these characters don't do both functions as well at the same time as UI Goku, you're gonna have to tweak your usage a little bit. I think it's not too bad because it depends on like what the assist. So if we revisit Team Gohan, he has one that is basically like UI Goku's, except it doesn't hit on both sides, but he has an anti-air plus an invincible assist, so you will feel really at home with him, as opposed to Roshi, where his is more of a DP assist straight up. So if you were using the UIA for general space control and you try to use Roshi the same way, you're going to whiff Master Roshi a lot. Hit is nice for this reason as well. So even though you don't control the air, instead you just control the ground and it's invincible, which is kind of nice. And then you have stuff like Vegeta C, where he literally follows the opponent, and the tracking is pretty good. Not the best, not like Baby B level, but it's one of the better tracking assists in the game. So again, hopefully this reference will help you make a decision. As usual, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.